This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am your host and DM, Johnny, and this is episode 3 of season 7 of The Shadow Menace. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for listening. And if you're new, thank you for starting your adventure with us. Now, before we get into the show, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, the Storytelling Collective. This is an online program that helps aspiring narrative designers create their first TTRPG adventures and helps them enter the tabletop gaming industry. Now, as I said last week, I'll be going over my own personal journey through the how to market your TTRPG and ran into a bit of a snag as the lesson plan was, what are you marketing? Marketing yourself. What are you trying to advertise to other people? And it required a lot of looking in the mirror and trying to figure out who I am, what I'm selling. And it was tough in the good way. It forced me to look at myself and ask some questions about, who am I? What am I doing? What do I want to accomplish with this stuff? And it's questions you need to ask yourself, and it's stuff you have to do to try and figure out your next way forward, which path you want to take. So it was a little tough based on questions I had to ask myself, but it was well worth it because you have to analyze yourself. You have to analyze the thing you're making. And at the end of the day, it helped out a lot. Unfortunately, the winter session is now shut down for registration. In fact, we're almost getting to the end of November, which means we should be starting to see some brand new TTRPGs hit the shelves at either on the DM's Guild or Drive Through RPG. So keep your eyes out for that because there will be some great new titles showing up. If you want some information about the Storytelling Collective and see all the amazing things they do and all the people they help, you can go to storytellingcollective.com or you can follow them on Twitter at storytellingcol, C-O-L. Go check them out. Go follow them. Go ask some questions. Ask people who've taken the courses what they think of it. I'm pretty sure we're all going to have a universal, it was really, really good and well worth the time and well worth the effort. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. We are so happy to be working with you, and we're so happy to share this amazing collective that is out there for everyone to refine and expand their TTRPG writing skills. Now, before we jump into the main show, just want to let you know, if you're new to the show, where you can find us. You can find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. Please give us a follow. It would be great to see you. It would be great to hear from you and just share in some chatter. You can find us on our website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. You can find us on any app that plays a podcast. That's your Stitchers, your iTunes, your Google Plays. Give us a follow. And if you really want to help us out, a rating and review will do a ton of heavy lifting for us. We would thank you so much for that in advance. That would be awesome if you could do that. You can also find us on YouTube and our Discord channel. The links will be attached to anywhere you find this episode posted. And I think that's it. I guess that's it for this week. We will see you next time as the Trollskull Trio delve deeper into the Enchanted Forest. So wear a mask, get vaccinated, tell a loved one how you feel, and I will see you next week. Have a great one. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast, Season 7, The Shadow Menace, Episode 3, and we are back with the Trollskull Trio in the Enchanted Forest, enjoying some fun, enjoying some magic, some angel skeletons, some corrupted treants, and the smell of ham, as our adventurers got a mission from Waywalkett's uncle about going into a Lich's archive to try and find some books, to try and find some reading materials, and the information that the Lich did not survive the death curse. So hired you all with a hefty sum of money to persuade you all to join him. You made it into the Enchanted Forest. Amalika immediately figured nearly died, but first figured out that she can actually start finding paths with ley lines and with her detect magic, and began to follow paths. Where they went, she know not. When they came, she knows not when. But she would follow the biggest, most direct path, and encountered a corrupted treant with multiple gooey eyes and looks like bleeding wounds, trying to dig something out from underneath a tree. And after Uther
fuck it up, woo,
turned it into corrupted mulch. It got one last shot and threw a boulder at Amalika, and I still feel bad when I get crits against people for a beefy chunk of damage. KO'd her in one go, but we got to see Dante appear and go to work. From underneath the tree came Dragonbait, who communicated via smells, so we now get to begin the new dramatic process of interpreting what the smells mean via emotions and communications. But it
makes me think of shark bait from like Finding Nemo. Like every time you say it, I want to be like shark bait. Ooh ha ha. Sorry, carry on.
Shark bait, cinnamon bun smell. Should have been dragon bait. Never mind. But yeah, he joined the party, helped Amalika heal up quite a bit, and then ventured off into the woods, which is where we join everybody post-fight with a corrupted treant wandering back into the Enchanted Forest. Amalika, do you have your detect magic on again to see the ley lines beneath you?
I do. I think she's going to keep that on indefinitely for a little while to make sure that we are going in the right direction, even though Dragonbait kind of seems to know where we're going.
He's got a map.
He's got a map of what the front door looks like. He doesn't have a map of how to get there.
He's incredibly brave to face this forest with only odors as his defense.
I think that's why he wound up in that tree, to be honest.
Yeah, hey, Dragonbait, it does seem odd to me that you're here in this pretty dangerous forest traveling by yourself. Did you get lost or anything? Did you have other people with you?
1 second. I 100% forgot to bring up his smell translation list.
Yeah, do you have a little spreadsheet of smells?
I actually do. It's from season 4.
Oh, great. I didn't want to think you were just making this up.
I wish I was that clever. All right, so how did you get there? You smell wood smoke.
Wait, he did that before. It means friends, I think.
I don't think friends is a direction necessarily, unless you're kind of talking about, philosophically, like it's like your moral compass. But I don't think that's going to help us here.
He's saying he came here with companions. What happened to them, good sir?
You see him shake his head no to that he came here with companions.
Okay, well, you're not alone now. So, Amalika, get those ley lines going.
Give me an Arcana check with advantage, please.
Me?
Yes.
So with advantage, 24.
24. Excellent. Oh, delightful. I also realized I've been making you roll the encounters on the table, and I realized what happens if you hit a repeat one. You know what? Roll me a d10 anyways, Amalika.
Oh no, this was a terrible time to put hand cream on. What have I done?
I can roll for you if you like.
Extra slippy.
Did you say D10?
Yes, please.
A 2.
That's what you rolled last time. Could you roll it again, please?
Oh. A 6.
There you go. 6.
Oh, is this for encounters?
Yes, it is.
Uh-oh.
You're on the good side, though. The happy side
good.
of power.
Phew.
It's funny that you talked about your hands being slippy, though.
Because you're fighting a giant hand.
What?
There are those. There are reanimated hands.
Oh my god, like those things in Zelda, like those hands along the ceiling, and then they would like come down all of a sudden and grab you.
So you begin to see the thicker of the ley lines, and it has more. A lot of the others like smaller branches, kind of like almost like looking at the roots of a tree. They branch off and just kind of like stop and like smut, and they fade off in like little points, just going nowhere. But you do see this one main branch seems to be feeding off of the other lines, and it starts to take on more of a bluish greenish, like aquamarine type of coloration to it. And when you step down on the lines previously, like when you were being led up to the corrupted treant, you notice that your footsteps kind of like leave these little yellowish foot glows behind you on the ground. Anyone else who doesn't have detect magic, the forest floor looks completely normal to you. But you do notice that you feel the humidity begins to get denser around you. It starts to warm up quite a bit, and the canopies on the trees get lower and more thick as the light goes from a bright light to a dim light. And that's when you start to smell like the first little bits of methane. You hear kind of like these like bloop, 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 bloop. And you feel the ground beneath, or the soil beneath you, go from like that soft padded forest floor feeling to a muddy, slushy, almost like swamp-like feel to it. And that's when you see your first little pool, and it's got kind of like this almost purplish, greenish, viscous fluid where it just comes bubbling up, almost like a glittery birthday cake, like boop, and you just like psh, this gas of methane that comes out, and you start to wander along this. You see that the physical footpath has now shored up in front of you, and it goes through these little valleys and dips where there's dry land, there's a footpath, and where it goes into like this kind of like fluid, there's like these little wooden rickety bridges that you just kind of have to like crawl and navigate your way through. And that when you walk over them, the wood is very old. There's lots of rot. When people with heavier armor steps on it, which I guess is just Uther, you notice like bits of the bridge just kind of fall away a little bit.
He's last.
This forest is as run down and gassy as you, Uncle Waywocket.
And that's when you start to feel like the condensation of sweat just collect on your skin. There's kind of just like that floating bit of grime in the area, and everything just kind of feels sticky. Just everything, like your clothes just kind of like stick to your chest and to your arms, and it feels very hot and like that very heat wavy summer day, where it's like normally like 40 degrees Celsius, but it feels like 48 due to humidity. Everyone give me a perception check, please, and I will roll.
Okay.
I'm going to go with DM dice rolls.
I got a 15.
I'm looking round.
Jeez.
Damn.
Ooh, Uther.
Nat 20.
I rolled a 19, so it's 21 for
Nice.
Wow. I thought my 15 was good, but like it's like the crappiest roll in the bunch.
Dragonbait got a natural 20, and Waywalk the senior got a natural 19. So
Oh my god.
everybody
Really just failing everyone here.
No, you still succeeded.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I would hope so, but also comparatively.
Off in the distance, you see and you also smell. It smells like if you've ever left fruit or vegetables in the fridge too long, and it's got just like that acrid decay smell about it. And you see this hunched over figure with this long, almost like a staff, like it looks kind of like almost broom or mop like. And she's hunched over, and she has this yellowish greenish skin, almost like a mop top of gray hair that just comes around and it's natted at the very bottom. And she's like just kind of like pulling herself. It looks like she's just hovering along the top of this fluid. And you see beside her this big bulbous blob of yellowish green slime, and it looks like it has like a bucket on top of it. As you see this creature just kind of pulling along, has not even noticed you yet. And you say, "All right, Kevin, let's pick up some more of this goo. Get back to work."
It's those characters from the beginning of Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Not unlike,
my
not
God.
dissimilar. They have no notice of you whatsoever. And you smell, because Dragonbait has a special power. Violets. Ooh, that's a
Editor's
good
notes.
one.
Go listen to Tales from Trollskull.
I
Whoa.
like that one. I'll keep that one for sure, Kevin.
A clue?
You there, filth-covered people.
You see her look up. Doesn't appear to be rattled. Doesn't appear to be startled. It's like, oh yeah, what do you do in my property?
We seek a treasure of great... I don't know.
Maybe,
Oh.
like, Amalaga kind of like whispers, is like, maybe you should stop telling people that.
What are they gonna get it? They're digging around in filth. Filth!
Well, we have an advantage because other people don't know about it. But if you keep telling people, that kind of changes things, doesn't it?
You see her say, treasure? You're surrounded by treasure, you freaking idiot.
Yep, that's what he meant. Totally what he meant.
But I can't have it. It's mine. And you see
We just
her-
came to admire it. That's all. That's all.
We're just
He meant.
passing through. You know, why don't you enjoy digging through the muck for your treasures, and we'll be on our merry way.
Give me a persuasion or a deception check. Your choice.
Go with persuasion. It's a 19. I'm very persuasive.
She's like, all right. You seem like honest enough folks. Come on over to me island and Kevin and I will show you our treasure.
You have an island?
Yeah, it's because it's taken on more of like a swamp type of atmosphere. Let me bring out your tokens.
I rolled an insight of 12 on his. We'll show you our treasures.
Yes. There is sincerity behind it. Like she 100% believes she's surrounded by treasure right now. Like, and she wishes to show it to you.
To be clear, are you talking about physical treasure that can be exchanged for goods and services, or more intangible treasures such as friendship and family?
I was just going to say one person's trash is another person's treasure, which was unnecessary. It wasn't contributing to anything.
If anything, that was quite rude.
Said I was going to say, but then I felt obligated.
As you see her say, well, when you're on Brew's Island with Brew's permission, Brew means in no harm. But if you come to Brew's Island with merely intent, then Brew will liquefy you, slurp you up, turn you into a delicious milkshake. See what type of flavors I can extract from all of you.
That is fair in the name of island defense. Who is this Brew you speak of?
I am Brew. I am the greatest slime witch around in the Enchanted Forest.
Oh, you were doing the whole third-person talking thing. I'm sorry I didn't pick up on that.
I like to be dramatic sometimes. Help scare and impress strangers who come across my lands. It's hard to tell who comes in trying to be all friendly and who comes in trying to be all nasty-like.
Well, you can trust me. I'm a servant of the great Joseph itself. We are looking for the Lich's hideaway.
Didn't I just tell him to not talk about this? Wait, Wocket, am I taking crazy pills?
We're bonding. Joseph says you have to give a little to get a little.
Yosef is a menace!
He also said not to be afraid to seduce.
You're gonna seduce the slime witch.
I'm keeping it in my back pocket for now.
Well,
Amala's just like, oh god.
Let's put all our cards on the table real quick first. First of all, Brew's time and company is earned, not just expected upon arrival. You got to romance me a little bit. I like to feel special. As you see like this like little snotule of slime come out of her nose and just like whoop, the whole tendril reaches the ground before it breaks and just plop. And you do notice that her blob Kevin comes by and just kind of like rumbles almost like a protective guard dog and kind of quivers and shakes behind her trying to look menacing.
Very fair. Clearly you are a hag of great power and some simple bar tricks and pickup lines will not suffice.
Exactly. I like to have my intelligence piqued and interested, not just bash around your beautiful baby blue eyes and your whatever the rest of you are.
I'm not very intelligent myself, but I can smash several trees for you if that gets you going. Or
What happened to this is in your back pocket? Like, this is just a full-blown romance.
So, secondly, I know all about your lich's place, but yeah, it's not information Brew gives out lightly. You either got to pay for it, or you got to earn it.
Absolutely. What can we do for you, Brew?
Well, do you want to pay for it, or do you want to earn it? I give you a choice, because you're my guests.
Well, let's maybe do some bartering. What's your price?
Well, hags don't like conventional gold and treasure. It's boring. It's dumb. It's lame. As you see Kevin just kind of quiver behind her one more time, like bloop, 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 bloop. I like things like souls, emotions, mental trauma, childhood experiences gone wrong.
Oh boy, wow. You've got a jackpot here.
It's true, she has a terrible family history.
You barely know me.
She does have a terrible family history.
It's still true, but still hurt coming from you, Uther.
All right. I think we can work something out with that then. You've got
Whoa, hold on, time out.
interest.
I wasn't volunteering my trauma, just stating for the record that it's there.
If she drains it from you, you might feel better.
Oh, you would. You would 100%. In fact, you'd forget all about your trauma.
Huh. I mean, that is tempting, but I'm on a journey of self-discovery right now, and I'm doing okay.
Well, in all fairness, just the way I operate is that sometimes you need that trauma to build a sturdy base, to rebuild yourself or create something new. It's part of the process.
Brew, you're wise.
I'm not exactly malevolent like my sister Marta, but I'm not exactly wonderful like my sister Wendy. I'm just kind of like Brew, the snotling in the middle, as you see like another drip of slime come out of her nose and bloop, drops on the ground.
Hey, it can only ever be yourself. So straight up, we're fresh out of souls that we're willing to trade. And I don't think any of us have any memories that we're willing to barter either.
It's true.
You see her look around. She actually points at your uncle Waywalk. He's like, he's got a special soul. He's got one that's traversed a couple of times, been entrapped a couple of times. I got interest in his soul. He's like,
Waywalker, what's he talking about?
I've been to different dimensions, different planes, and I guess maybe that kind of leaves a passport type of mark, but I'm not exactly a whole 100% on giving up any pieces of my immaterial being.
Despite all we've said about personal growth and the value of trauma, this would be an excellent opportunity to start pulling your weight.
Hey, I got us this job in the first place.
True. So what would working off the price be?
Well, it's got to be something I can take, manipulate, infuse into a type of goo, a slime that I can maybe animate, use, create into an armor, a weapon, like I said, all cards on the table. My medium is slime. I work in it. I'm very good with it. As you see her raise both of her hands, and you can see like these two gigantic golems bloop, 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 kind of emerge out of the slime swamp around you. They're about 8 feet tall, formless. They just have this basic body, arms, legs, and a head. It's like, and she says, "Isn't that much I can't do with slime in my hands?"
Your slime work is most impressive, madam.
Like,
what sort of materials can we fetch for you? We can even pre-pulverize if you like.
Well, if you can find me a traumatic memory, something from childhood's always got an extra nice bit of kick to it. I will trade with you the secret on how to open up the front door to the Wailing Archives. Because there's a trick to it. It's a simple trick, but if you muck it up, you're liable to get your soul sucked out of your body.
Oh, well, I don't want that.
No one does. And what a waste of great resources, especially that tiny little gnome over there. Got my eye on him.
I don't share this often, but most of my family was slaughtered in a Christmas Hydra attack. Would that be a sufficient memory?
As a DM to a player, is that a true memory, or are you selling her a false bill of goods?
I think it's true if you'll allow it. I mean, like, most of his childhood was spent in the mountain, like, fighting monsters. Like,
okay. But he says, all right. If you don't mind, I think I'll come closer, take a closer look at that memory, if you don't mind my saying.
Yeah, take a peek. My little sister gets bitten right in half at this part.
You see Brew kind of like slaunch over, blop, 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 blop. As you
Are
see
you
her,
sure about this, Uther? This is some mental weird things. I like to keep my mind intact. I don't generally deal with eggs.
Before dying in the mountains was nothing less than our family destiny. But I have come to appreciate a new teaching. Tomorrow is gone, or yesterday is gone, tomorrow is ahead.
you see Brew wave her hands, and a small, like little, like almost like a foot ladder out of slime seeps out of the ground and forms beneath her footsteps, like supporting each step as she comes eye to eye with Uther, and in very much the same style from that Simpsons Halloween of Horror, where the zombies are like tapping on Homer's brain, like that dull like thunk 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 thunk. You see her like Uther. You feel her hands are very calloused and very rough. Hairy knuckles, those arthritic like bulbous knuckles, but very almost vice-like pincers. As she like feels around, and you feel this magic beginning to invade your mind with the detect thought spell. Do you wish to resist this saving throw to let her explore your deep and personal thoughts, or do you wish to try and resist the effect?
No, I'm going for it.
You're letting her in. Take a full look.
Yep. Take a look around. Look for Grandma Pearl. She really bit it.
You see, it's like watching a puppy dog going to a pet store. The eyes just go wide. She drools a little bit. It's like, ooh, I do like this Hydra family massacre memory. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an unpleasant way to go.
Oh, really?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm good. It's fine.
It's like into 3 pieces. Oh, let's jump into the Hydra's brain a little bit. Forward. Oh, definitely uncomfortable pooping coming out. All right. I like this. This is suitably traumatic enough for me. Are you willing to agree to part ways with this memory and this trauma?
Absolutely. I'm hoping it will be mutually beneficial and make me a more fun-loving guy.
She says, all right. Take a real deep breath then. This is going to be uncomfortable and sticky.
Sticky.
Yeah, let's go back up a quick second. Let's take a step back from Uther.
Are we in the splash zone?
You hear the swirling, sloshing around begin to form in one of Brew's hands. She holds up her hand, and almost like she's trying to catch a softball, and you see like this globe of purplish, glittery slime begin to twirl and twirl and twirl, and like these little droplets of slime come flying off and start pelting everybody's clothes and armor and stuff like that, until it finally gets a little bit bigger than the size of Uther's head, and then splorch, it goes right on top of it. And Uther, you see like almost like being in a virtual reality kaleidoscope of all these lights flashing by, and then you start to see the memory of this Hydra attack, which wiped out most of your family, and all of a sudden just like whoosh, gone in the light, whoosh, gone in the light, just traces of these memories just slowly being stripped away. And that when the kaleidoscope is almost finished, it is actually not the lights of the slime anymore. It's just like the different flashes of the memories in different positions in time of it swirling around your head. And when she takes it off, whoosh, your head is covered in slime. but you feel relieved of those memories, like you no longer have them.
Oh, so do I retain sort of like the intellectual knowledge of the memory? Like, do I remember that it happened?
Do you try and remember what happened?
Yeah.
You have no recollection of ever walking into that cave, and you have no recollection of walking out of it. It's just like you had a regular day and nothing in between happened.
I've forgotten what I traded. It's disturbing, perhaps therapeutic. Maybe you could market this.
He's like, I already have, sweetie, and this is a good one. As you see it just disappears into a purple smoke. Do you try and think about anything else, Uther, or are you going to leave it there?
I guess I'll just futz around in my brain for memories. I'd be curious about, like...
You don't remember your family members who died. You remember...
Well, I have probably more family members who died in other ways.
Yeah, but specifically for that attack,
yeah,
you remember them as people, but you don't remember them being related to you. You don't have any, like, family attaching memories to them. They just seem like people in your village, in your herd, that just went off one day and never came back.
It's curious, friends. I no longer recall those people at all.
Well, I never want to think about that happening to me, because that's the most terrible thing that could possibly happen. The love of my family is very dear to me.
Well, now he can't remember his love for his family, so, I mean, he doesn't know to miss it, I guess.
I mean, the Goliath population are not as lovey-dovey as your soft Waterdeep families. Still, I do wonder if I've sacrificed something of value. Anyway, we gave you what you wanted, Hag. Now tell us what we want to know.
All right. Well, like all good elvish doors, all good elvish traps, there's a secret to it. It's got a moon lock. But the thing is, it can only be activated in the middle of the day. Or it's got a sun lock on it, which can only be activated in the middle of the night. So
how do we activate these moon and or sun locks?
Well, in some way or manner, you either got to have sunlight in the middle of the night, or you got to have moonlight in the middle of the day and shine it on them shiny elvish runes.
Sorceress Princess, what are our spell options here?
Well, I mean...
And if you don't do that, the door may take a price for trying to open it without permission.
I feel like that's a given, but thank you.
Well, all I really have is fairy fire. But I don't think that would do it, would it?
No, you got so much darkness.
Oh, you mean darkness for the sunlock one. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you got darkness. You have multiple ways to cast darkness.
My mind wasn't really paying attention. I was just like, speak, friend, and enter. Like, my mind went to, like, Lord of the Rings. Like, I was like, I've got this, guys. Like,
so the mechanic is you have to hit it with sunlight in the middle of the nighttime or moonlight in the middle of the daytime.
Sounds like we need the daytime option.
Oh, so specifically moonlight, or do we know that?
She said moonlight, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Moonlight in the daytime, daylight or sunlight at the nighttime. It's a little bit of a tricky contradiction, if you ask me.
and how do we get those things?
Well, that would cost you a little bit more then, wouldn't it?
I mean, he lost his whole family, like, literally, and now once again. Is that not worth, like...
And now the magical door won't suck out your soul because you know the secret.
Shouldn't we get, like, a tip for each family member he lost?
All right, here's a tip for you. Don't trust magic doors.
I mean, but, like, specifically the tip I was asking about.
You didn't ask specifics, young lady.
I mean, I kind of did. And I mean, if you're giving tips based on what I said, he definitely lost more than one family member. So, or two family members at this point. What was it again? Oh, wait, you don't remember. But it's at least 3. So, like, you could just give us one more for what he lost and tell us how we could get sunlight or moonlight.
Give me a persuasion check, please, Malika.
Uh-oh.
You're a
spaghetti.
sorceress.
Yeah, you got some decent charisma.
Wait, what am I doing? Persuasion, right?
Persuasion, s'il vous plaît.
This is gonna be. We've jinxed it. Okay. I got a 12, but I do have inspiration left over.
Yeah, you can absolutely use it if you wish.
Can I use one of my inspirations to take the advantage roll?
100% you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that and take the 25.
Yay!
All right. I'll help you out. I feel like I got the better end of that deal, anyways, because this is gonna make some real good stuff later on. So, you look like you're of the magical casting variety, little ma'am.
Mm-hmm. I am.
If you have something like a moonbeam spell or a daylight spell, and you do it at the opposite time of when you expect to see those natural effects, that'll open your door nice and snug for you.
All right. Good to know. Thank you.
Do we have either of those spells?
We don't, but that's a problem for future us.
If you also have a daylight globe, that will work as well. Anything that produces the daylight spell.
Okay. I don't think we do we?
Oh, I think I maybe did get one of those once upon a time. Hold on.
Gotta check the notes.
Yeah, checking some notes. I feel like I did get one of those daylight orbs.
I'm 95% sure you got one in Dragon Heist way back in season 5.
Oh my god. You carried it around to this day.
Well, you all have dark vision, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very dark vision-y. Yeah, I have memory of that. Sean has memory of that. Let's go with it.
I have memory of very little, so.
Yeah, actually, I think we might be able to solve that one there, Malika. And I'll reach into I think we'll be able to improvise it. So, Brew, lovely to meet you. And we'll be on our way out of your little swampy lair. Bonus tip, maybe just point us in the right direction from here.
Oh, you see, well, that's a bit of the weird thing, is it's hard to find me if you're looking for me. I kind of exist outside of the normal of the geography of the Enchanted Forest. I find it safer for myself if I just keep mobile, moving around, so the bigger nasties out there don't really get a hold on you, especially if me sister is kind of roving about looking for. Oh, I guess I should tell you that. Watch out for me sister. She's a bone witch. She likes to rip the bones out of you while you're still alive and then kill you with your own skeleton. It's truly horrible. I mean, I do things with slime, but I try to keep it in the middle area. Marta, she's just a rot nasty one. Also, kind of immortal too.
You said Marta? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Avoid Marta at all costs. Writing that on my hand.
It would be a good tip to consider. You might want to tattoo that one on.
I'll take that into consideration.
I will not be thinking about be thinking about the phrase bone witch for the rest of our trip in the Enchanted Forest. So I don't think I'm in danger of forgetting that one.
She says, well, she's real mean. Bone golems, bone giants, bone anything with a skeletal structure. She'll try and kill you with it.
Is there any way to avoid her?
You know what? I don't know exactly.
Just try to bring our budding romance. Would it be all right if we kill your sister when we meet her?
I'm torn on that because you can't kill her. She is immortal. I'm immortal. My other sister's immortal.
Wendy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, well, we'll just try to avoid then. Avoidance is good. Can Amalika see the ley lines still, like the direction and the way out?
There's multiple directions to choose from. It seems that this is, if you think of this like as a lake or a pond, all the tributary rivers and streams kind of flow out from this one.
But there's not that one major...
There is, but it's the one that led you here. It would lead you right back to where you came.
Okay. And there's not, again, one kind of specifically...
There's big ones, but you'd have to, I'd say, do another Arcana check to try and figure out the best one.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
With advantage.
19.
Nice.
No, 19. All right. So before we finish up this counter, first of all, Uther or Adam, you're going to get inspiration for sacrificing some memories to get the clue to the door.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see branching off to the northwest, this one takes on almost like a blackish, purplish type of energy, and that's usually you've actually seen that energy a lot from your training in the Shadowfell. It's very necrotic, very undeady type of stuff. You actually see that as it travels under the slime, it actually creates almost like its own like bubble trail, like gloop trail.
Okay.
And you think that's a pretty solid direction to head in.
Okay, so Malika lets Waywalk and Uther and the rest of the group know this, and what do you think? Want to go this way, guys?
Lead on, magic eyes.
You see Bruce.
All right.
I wouldn't go that way. That's the dangerous way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's going to take you right to the undead if that's what you're looking for. Or if you're looking for the library.
Wait, it'll take us to the library this way?
Yeah, oh, for sure. If you follow, like, Undead Alley, yeah.
Is there another safer way to the library?
Well, I'd say ask yourself that question again out loud. Is there a safer way to the Undead Ditches library?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and yet, is there a secret way around or through?
Unfortunately, there is not, my little dear.
So this is really the only way we can go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I still appreciate you at least trying to warn us about the things that are going to inevitably try to kill us.
You paid your price. I got me goods. It's only fair. Now, I do ask one last thing, just out of politeness and niceness.
Okay.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Say goodbye to Kevin. He's a bit of a hugger.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't want to be rude, hurt his feelings.
Farewell, Kevin. Let me hold you in my tender grip.
I will grab Kevin into a big bear hug.
It is very similar to picking up Slimer from Ghostbusters, where just like the front of you is covered in like this clear, translucent slime, as you hear almost happiness gurgles, like as you put him back down.
Kevin. We're becoming fast friends.
As you see, Kevin kind of slurps over to Waywalk expectantly. Kevin easily stands over top of you, Waywalk.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Wait.
Make it visible and like pat him on the yeah, Kevin, you stay slimy.
He has no reaction to it. He seems. Give me insight on a slime named Kevin, please.
Waywalk, just hug him. I have prestidigitation. We'll do a little.
I'm gonna roll with disadvantage because I feel like I don't know slimes very well.
You get the feeling that
still 16.
Yeah, still 16. You get the feeling Kevin feels offended by it. He didn't get like a full on hug.
Give him a squeeze, Waywalker. We're all going to be covered in some goo or another pretty soon.
Rule of the Enchanted Forest, if you ask me.
I just have this deep abiding need to not listen to what slime witches tell me to do. So, Evan, you stay yourself. I appreciate you, and I wish you the best of all luck possible.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm going to grab the rocket by his collar and sort of hold him up in front of Kevin and be like,
here you go, Kevin. Live your life.
Do you resist this at all, Waywalk? Or
yeah, in fact, I have advantage on this check to escape being grappled.
All right, Uther, give me a strength athletics. Waywalk, you get acrobatics or athletics to escape it.
Yeah, and I am squat nimble, so I have advantage on all acrobatics checks to escape being grappled.
Oh, why is not my... There's a 13. Oh, wait, advantage 17. Sorry, 17.
I rolled a 17, yeah. You got beat 17, Uther. Oh, you're not in roll 20 anymore.
What?
Oh, yeah.
There you are. Oh, you're back. You rolled 7. Yeah, you did not get it.
Yeah, you try and grab onto Waywalk and he dodges out of the way.
I will, I'll dash into that, and then I will cunning action, and I am headed to the direction that Amalika pointed.
Amalika, you see Kevin slurping over towards you. You see like these two little buds of these two little arms stick out.
Kevin, just first of all, ignore Waywalk it. He's very nice most of the time, but also can be incredibly rude. He tried to exorcise the ghost of our manor when we first met him, and now he's like one of our best friends. And if that doesn't tell you all you need to know, like, he cooks and cleans for us. So he's a little bit, judgy up front. And she kind of like says that part a bit louder so that Waywalk can hear.
Ignore him, Kevin. He's a real prude.
And Amalika goes in to give him a hug, knowing full well, again, she has prestidigitation.
Yeah, you get semi-immersed. It's a nice, enjoyable, warm, slimy type of hug. You get semi-immersed into it, just like the front half of you. Blurp. I don't know.
I cast message and say, if you're cursed, Amalika, it's not my fault.
You see Dragonbait. You smell a lot of ham, a strong smell of ham. And then he goes in for the hug. And actually, by the end of it, you smell lemons towards the end of it. As Waywalk, the senior, goes, all right, just one time only. Just kind of like a bap, like a quick bro hug, slap on the back, and comes out. It's like, all right, well, I'll remember who was nice to Kevin and who wasn't, as Brew makes eye contact with you, Waywalk it.
I cast message to her, and I say, it was nice to meet you. I hope to never see you again.
And you exit the Slime Witch encounter. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
And I immediately cast Prestidigitation for everybody but Waywalk it.
Yes.
So Amalika kind of just like one by one goes through the group and casts just whoosh, and gets the slime off of them. And then she gets to Waywalk and is like, you need to work on your manners.
Look, I told you after the last time we dealt with a hag that I don't deal with hags.
Sure, but I didn't expect to come out of there thinking that, when we went in there, if you had me bet on which one of you between, and she like points to Uther and Waywalk it, would be the polite one between you two, I would not have said Uther. Just so we're clear.
Yes, I will never be polite to hags. They deal in souls. That is not a nice person.
I mean, was Kevin not a person?
I think he counts as a construct if you're being technical. The point is, he's not a person. They're probably a construct, maybe an animated thing. Okay. I don't know. Perhaps a familiar.
Counterpoint. Do we want to piss off the hags? And her familiar.
They did say they were immortal. You can't kill them.
Well, look, I'm hoping that this is my first and last trip to the Enchanted Forest. And should I meet her, we
still have to get home.
Yeah, that's true. But, I'm gonna count on being surrounded by my good buddies, the best friends of the hag, to make it through that encounter.
I'm just saying, we're buddies here. We are Trollskull Trio, the Fablin Five, but friend to friend, you gotta work on that a bit. Just a bit.
I'll keep your words under advisement, but I'm still very strongly abiding by my anti-hag prejudices. Mm-hmm. She altered the memories of Uther here. Yeah, but remember your family.
Was he not a willing participant in that?
Look, that's why I let him do his thing. As we know, I believe in great personal freedoms. But
according to my other memories, they were kind of a garbage family.
Well, that's deeply hurtful to them.
Well, what doesn't know them can't hurt them, and what can't hurt them doesn't matter because they're dead.
Yeah, good, fair point.
Well put.
I think, I'll take it under advisement, but for now, my current and forever rule is don't deal with hags.
True. But just think, how many situations have we been able to talk our way out of? Just saying. Keep an open mind every now and again.
Clearly you've lacked having a skilled negotiator in the group, but all will be well.
And to be fair, I didn't know about the door trap thing. I just knew that we needed some stuff to get in.
Uther lost all memories of a horrific family and their equally horrific deaths. And now we know how to not lose our souls.
Hags know much, says Aunt, what's her name?
Yeah, you're never going to get that back. Yeah. That memory is gone for as long as that hag exists on this plane.
Yeah, and she's immortal, so it's probably going to be a while.
Whatever, let's get that treasure.
All right. So, with that Arcana check from way back when, with the 19, I'm actually going to call a quick break because we're at an hour, so I'm going to stop just to make sure everything's okie doke. We can take a quick 5-minute break for drinks, bathrooms, and stuff like that. And did you all remember to take your inspiration for the role play and stuff like that? Did I say that? I can't remember if I said that or not.
Yep, I think so. Yep.
Perfect. All right. All right. So we have the Trollskull Trio, Dragonbait, Waywocket Uncle, or Waywocket this. I keep going and call him Waywocket Senior, but he's not your dad. You're not my
he's
dad.
My uncle.
As you begin to follow the blackish purplish ley line into the Enchanted Forest, and you got a 7 or a 19 on your Arcana check, Amalika, please roll me a D10.
Ruh-roh.
Seems
like things are narrowing. A 4.
Just a second as I check my good list. My good list.
All right, everybody watch out for those undead that they talked about earlier.
Oh, this even thematically fits.
Drew.
Sweet. All right, Amalika, you have your Arkham Knight detective mode eyes on, and you journey on for a couple of hours as the sun in the sky begins to set, and you actually have kind of this ambient blue glow that's coming off of Amalika's eyes. As you see the branch off the blackish purplish ley line branches off just to your right a little bit. As you look down, you can see the trees have almost parted ways, and you can actually see what appears to be a moss-covered statue, and it appears to have these giant moss-covered arches behind it. And it's holding the stone platform in its hands, almost like a stone cutting board, like a long flat slab. And it's on one, and it's knelt down, its head down, kind of like this kneeling pose in this rather nice glade. And you can start to see like the fireflies come out, like these like little green and white and blue glows, just of motes of light, just kind of hovering around you. Like you hear the odd buzz of a cicada off in the forest as you walk in, and your eyes light up off this statue. It's got divination magic, it's got abjuration magic, and it's got evocation magic on it. So for those listening for the first time, divination's like sight and perception, sensing stuff. Abjuration's like defensive protection, and evocation can be anything from damage to healing to evoking some type of energy to do something.
Not at all.
And are the arches, you said there was arches behind it, right?
Covered.
Are those like the angels again? Like, are those?
You would have to get closer and do an investigation check.
But we don't want to go past the statue first.
The statue's like in the kind of like the center of this glade. It's kind of like a rounded little.
Oh, and like the angels are kind of, well, the air quotes, maybe angels are around it. Okay.
Sorry, I don't think I explained it. So it's like the one statue with the stone arches behind it covered in moss, and it's the only thing in that field, and it's got kind of like its own little almost like the energy is pushed back the foliage from the statue.
Okay. So Amalika tells the group about the magic and what she's seeing. So they're all in the know.
And as you look over to the path that you didn't really notice is there, and when Amalika points it out, it seems clear, like super obvious once you see it. And what you can see, you've all got dark vision, I believe. Do Goliaths have dark vision? I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know either. Let me.
I want to say they do, but I'm not 100%.
I don't really know why they would.
I'm almost there. Goliath. No.
Aha.
No.
So it is dim light for you, Uther. You can't tell what's going on, but for Waywocket, Amalika, and Waywocket Senior, and Dragonbait, you see like kind of like this black and white kneeling down statue with the arches behind it. You can't make out a whole lot of details, but you do see the lights and motes of the fireflies, just giving you like a nice atmosphere to the area.
That's very peaceful. I'm gonna roll Arcana to see if I recognize. Oops, sorry. That should just be a normal Arcana roll. Hold on.
15?
Yeah, 15. Let's go with a 15.
What are we trying to...
I'm looking at the statue to determine, like, ritual use, any kind of magical significance, maybe of the figure, if it like looks like a maybe magical deity or something like that.
Okay. You wouldn't know the magical deity?
Or magical being, maybe.
Yeah. So as you look at it, it doesn't look like it's like a ritual, like a place of ritual, like a Stonehenge or like a salt circle or something like that. There's definitely a magic aura protecting it. And you get the sense that it's more vault and trap-like than it is like a ritual area. Like a defensive type of thing.
Yeah, I don't think this was used in any kind of magic ritual or anything. Maybe it's protecting those arches behind it, something like that.
Is there, like, I guess Miles or Waywocket just did Arcana, but is there like investigation or perception that I could do?
Yeah, you absolutely can do investigation, perception. If you want to do investigation, though, you'll have to get closer to the statue.
I want to do perception to start. I'm feeling tentative about this.
All right, give me a perception check, please.
Oh, it's my crappiest roll yet today, a 7.
You think it may be a bit distracting that you've got detect magic on because this thing's glowing so brightly, but you can't really perceive anything dangerous or malignant about it.
I Uther, cover me. I'll approach it and and I'll investigate the statue. Ooh, a terrible roll. I rolled a 2. It's a 12 investigation.
From a 12, you get closer and you brush away some of the moss and vines, and you can see that the arches behind are in fact angel wings attached to. But you do notice that this is a weird, not like that angel boneyard you found earlier in the day. This appears to be like it's been petrified or turned to stone.
Oh. Well, good news. We're definitely in a patch of angel area for this weird Enchanted Forest. Bad news, something different and potentially even more dangerous petrified these ones.
I'm noticing a lot of angels in not great positions in this forest. It's odd that they call it an Enchanted Forest if there's a lot of, dead and stoned angels around. It kind of loses the luster and appeal of something magical and whimsy.
The only true angel is our sexy Lord Joseph, though I must admit I find this an ill omen.
Yeah, you could definitely define him as an angel. That's not usually a word I would associate with our dear friend Joseph, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if someone wants to become a deity of timeshares, he's well on his way.
Can Amalika, look at Dragonbait for a second and ask if Dragonbait knows anything about this?
Let me check. One second. Dragonbait nods as he comes up, and he will roll his religion check. And he looks at it, and you smell
Oh, no.
brimstone as he shakes his head no.
So he doesn't know anything about it. Or he thinks it's evil.
I mean, he probably thinks it's evil.
Does anyone want to get up on the platform up there?
I will bound up onto the platform.
Wait, can't you use Carl?
Yeah, I could take a quick peek.
New Carl?
New Carl.
Rodent Carl?
Go climb up there, Carl Juniors, and so I'll see what I can see up there. So out of my pocket bounds the rat, and he'll try climbing up the moss-covered statue and hits the platform up above.
All right, give me either an investigation or perception check for Carl. Your choice.
I will do in perception, I guess, for him. If it's, is it me using his senses, or is it him using his own senses?
If you're looking through his senses, then it's you.
Yeah.
If it's just him on his own, then it's him.
I'll take the action. I'll look through his eyes and I'll roll investigation.
Ooh, bam.
That's much better.
And Waywalk, like most things in life, you just need a little change of perspective to see what was going on. You can see that there's actually movable joints in the statue. You can see there's a couple of arcane runes in hidden spots around the statue, and you can definitely see that the hands move to open an area that is hidden and locked away. So there is something hidden inside the statue, and it definitely has a magical locking system on it.
Whoa, there's something here, everybody. Something big. If we could just have this big old lug here move, might be able to reveal some kind of hidden compartment, something that people want to keep hidden. Could be worth investigating.
I will move it.
And I will attempt to do so.
You're going to attempt to move.
Wait, what are we moving?
I don't know. You said I will move it. I was like, what are you moving? Let me know. Let me know what you're moving.
Well, look, there's some arcane runes scattered around this glade here. I think if we're able to activate them, we might be able to move old charming statue over here.
Okay. So where are the runes?
So if you think of it, I'm going to do this as theater of mind. So if you think of like the top of the circle is north, you got like your cardinal directions, east and south. There's one at west, there's one at north, and there's one at east. Waywalk it, as you are also looking at it, you think that there's possibly also a way to mechanically open this. It's going to be a skill challenge for sure. You just have to choose which path you want to go through, the magical way or the lock-picking way or the physical way.
Oh, actually, there's there's some little guys over here that maybe I could do some little tinkering with. Could blow open a face, but, I don't know how to activate those glades, but I do know how to activate a little mage hand.
All right. You know what? I'm going to get everyone to click on your token and roll initiative just so I know which order you want to go in.
Oh,
as we
no.
go through. It's not combat. It's not combat. I just want to get like a 1 second. Let me remove clear.
Now I can select it.
Me too.
Yeah, there you go. And Adam should be there as well.
Why do I always roll well on initiative? Didn't you roll? Oh, you hadn't selected it.
I hadn't selected it. Yeah, I'll take the 17. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I don't want it to be fine. I want you to go first.
It's not a combat. It's just to know which order people are doing things in for various things. All right. So Malika, you see 3 different runes. They are not lit up, but it's not made of stone, but it looks like someone's almost taking like a black paint or a black marker and just written them in the ground. What languages do you speak?
I speak Elven Common and Dark Elf Sign Language.
All right, so you do not recognize the language then. Actually, let me see. Languages. Nope, not there. What actually, just general poll. What languages do everybody speak, or does everyone know?
Common, of course, Gnomish, Dwarven, and Thieves can't.
Mm.
Also, I speak with small beasts.
Well, obviously. I don't have anything under languages, so I'll say common and like whatever the Goliaths speak.
It'd be common and giant.
Yeah, you got giant. You probably have one extra language. Maybe not, though. Maybe you speak common and giant.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, wait, no, I see. You've got, Uther, you've got Draconic Primordial, and then your common and giant, based on your... Okay, so no one understands the runes, then. If anyone wants, you can give me Arcana check. It'll be tough.
I mean, I'll try Arcana and see.
This would be
you've been studying with your magical mom.
15?
I have a 15.
Yeah, you recognize it as celestial. You can't understand it, but you do know that it is celestial.
Makes sense. Waywake, you wanted to do some tinkering?
Yeah, I don't speak Celestial, but I do speak Thieving. So I'll, but stand back, everybody. Let's, not be within 30 feet of this thing if this all goes,
Kablooey.
kablooey. Yeah, that's the word for it.
All right.
So I will cast Mage Hand, which is a range of 30 feet. So 30 feet out from the statue, I will perceive through Carl's eyes, so I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'll
and
give
your mage hand has your thieves' tools in it, I presume.
Yeah. Especially it's a good question about how this works. Either my thieves' tools are in its hand, or the hand itself acts as the thieves' tools. I'm not really sure how the rules is written are intended to work.
I'd say the hand holds the thieves' tools.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the hand's holding the thieves' tools.
Right, give me a thieves' tool check then, please.
Yeah. Core.
Make it good.
I do have expertise in this one. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm going to spend my inspiration on it just in case. I'll roll twice. It's a 17 in total.
17, nice. So you see this tiny little blue hand, almost like a surgeon scalpel, go into just like this crease, just right where the wrist meets the forearm. And you hear a click, and you see the two hands go, you hear grinding a stone as the platform moves up by about 15, 20 degrees. Or the board that it's holding moves up by 15 or 20 degrees.
That's progress.
All right, Uther, is there anything you want to do?
I will watch.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like I'm be doing much helpful that would like mess up this operation.
All right, Amalika, is there anything you wish to do? As Dragonbait and Waywalk Seniors kind of like step back a little bit.
Actually, can I check around and see if there's some other way that I might conceivably like bash open?
Give me an investigation. Oh, if you want to bash open, you think, yeah, you could. You don't know what would happen by attacking a magical glowy statue, but it's definitely possible if you wanted to.
I'll give you 5 more minutes, and then I'm hitting that thing.
Alternately, you could also try and like force components apart as well with a strength athletics check. It'd be harder, but definitely also in the doable range.
That interferes with my newfound love of life.
Amalika, what do you wish to do?
I wish to let Waywalk do his thing.
Yeah.
All right. So Waywalk until other things happen. Give me another thieves' tool check.
Thieves' tools. It's a 20.
Ooh, nice. You again fiddle with the wrists, and you kind of move down to the elbow joint as you hear like another stone grinding on stone. As you see the two hands lift that platform up above its head, and Amalika, you notice that the western rune lights up.
Something's happening. You're doing it.
All right. 1 down, 3 to go.
All right, give me another thieves' tool check, please. Oh, boom. Yes.
Ooh, 26.
You're starting to, once that platform it has had its hand over its head, you're starting to see all sorts of openings, all sorts of creases and crevices that you can you think that there's machinery or mechanics behind. Again, you slip in with your mage hand, you hear the click as you see the statue actually stands up from one knee and goes to like almost like a crouching position over top with the platform held up over top of its head. One more, please.
Here we go. Ooh, 14. Ooh, I rolled a 3. Terrible.
Yeah. Is that with you? Do you have your expertise thing yet where it counts as a 10, or is that another level?
That is at level 11, sadly.
Okay.
Reliable talent.
You feel as you're clicking away and you just feel something just seize and lock up with your locks, and your mage hand just doesn't have the strength to try and jimmy that sucker open. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 1 failure.
Uther, that one's a little stuck. See if you can give it a little bit of elbow grease.
I shall jimmy.
And
Okay.
I will strike the lock with my sword. What kind of check would you
Actually,
say?
I'd say give me a strength athletics check. This is going to be much harder, but it will have better results if you succeed.
Doesn't sound great.
Uh-oh, that's a 12. As you see Uther come up and try and forcibly push, like you see all the strength in his muscles and his back and his shoulder just straining. As Uther, this feels like this is it's stone locked in. There's something keeping this statue from moving. As you're trying with all your might, and then you just hear something just like go like metal grinding on metal on the inside, like a crunch, crink, and you see like a little bit of a spark come out from like around the waist belt line. As you now have a second failure.
Uh-oh.
Amalika, do you wish to do anything?
I'm here for moral support, guys.
You can do Arcana checks to figure out the runes around.
Oh, I mean, I can try and see.
Do it.
Oh, a 23.
Ooh.
Amalika, you go to the northern rune, and you kind of like start to see this rune magic, like I said, it's almost like someone took like a Sharpie and just drew it on the grass. As you begin to try to infuse some of your shadow essence and some of your shadow magic into it, you just begin to trace along the same outline that the rune has been marked as, and then you just almost do it by accident, and it's like poof, it glows blue right in your face and like kind of like tingles and warms up your arm a little bit as you see all that kind of like that spark and smoke kind of going out the waist kind of get like sucked back in as you see one of the wings comes out and kind of like goes into like full like flex and display as all the moss and vines fall off.
Oh, that did something, guys. We're making progress here.
Definite progress.
That leads to Waywalker. What do you wish to do? You see it's a combined smell of ham and lemons from Dragonbait.
I'm both hungry and thirsty when you're around, my friend. Yeah. Well, maybe Malika's onto something over there. And maybe I will Arcana the other rune?
All right. Give me an Arcana check then, please.
Oh, god damn it.
10. You try and copy what Amalika did, and you just don't have that pizzazz, that finesse for the delicate arcane arts that Amalika has just spent the past 90 days in deep intensive training with.
Look, I've been reading lots of books about magic. I've rolled a 3 is the real problem.
Yes, roll a 10. As you try and do the same outline, and you just kind of see like this like purplish and blue, like just like poof of smoke, and nothing really happens. And you see the second wing just kind of like start to move, and then just kind of like crackles and stutters, and just kind of stops where it is. So you have 3 failures. All right. Uther, do you wish to try anything?
I guess I'm dispirited with my last attempt, so I'm going to give that door another crack.
All right, give me an athletics check, please.
Spend your inspo.
Oh, yeah, and I'll spend my inspiration on this. Does that mean I take the best of the two options?
Correct,
Yeah.
yes. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
26.
Uther, you are tired of these people messing around with the magic. Just kick the door open. You stand on the knee of the stone angel and you put yourself in between the elbow and the knee, and then you just hear this mighty as you see the strength of this Goliath fully push the arms and the wing into the full open position, as it looks like this angel's holding this big platform and board over its head, ready to smash it down. And then everyone hears in this voice that's all in its own, everyone hears it in their natural language, but it's the simultaneous voice that says, to perform the test of faith, step forward and receive the boon. As you see this small little circle area light up right underneath where the platform was.
I have more faith than any other man. Give me said boon.
All right. You approach and you step in the circle. Is there any flair or finesse you do for it, Uther?
I guess I'll lift my staff above my head, anticipating my halberd above my head, anticipating some sort of, I'm pretty used to using that to channel my magic and stuff.
Right. As you stand up, you start to channel. You see the platform almost like he's going to smash it down on your head, and it comes within inches of your face. You just feel the rush of wind as this platform comes by, and it's almost like it's presenting it to you, and you see this chest that's now magically appeared on this table. And my favorite part to do is I get at the loot section, and I like to roll random loot. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Individual loot.
Loot.
Give me that loot.
All right.
I hope it.
Uther, because
Yeah.
you're the one who did it. Roll me a D100, please.
Give me my boon. A D100, did you say?
Yes, please. So roll a D10 once and then D10. Or
No, I can just roll D100.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, it's a terrible roll.
Well, if it just aligns to something, is it like necessarily?
No, higher's
Have
always
to be
better.
Yeah.
Higher's always better on these tables.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it'll be something nice, but like if he'd rolled like a 90, he'd be getting, them plus
Do
2.
it over. Do it over with the D10s.
Roll me a D4, please.
Odd after that. That was a high roll for a D4.
Yeah.
All right. So that is that many.
Wait, would you get a 3?
Mm-hmm.
3 out of 4.
After getting a 12 out of 100.
Well, you gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
One second.
The D100 is super swingy, as the thing about a D100.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to need you to roll me a D100 3 times.
Whoa.
Oh,
Names.
4, an 8, and a 33.
afford an AT.
80. Oh, right. Sorry. All right. So in this chest that you open up, you see 1 potion of superior healing, 1 potion of fire giant strength. Ooh, that's a good one. And a 33. And, one second. Making sure that's right. That is right. Ooh, my goodness. A necklace of fireballs.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna assume it's good.
It's essentially like a red pearl necklace, and every time you pull off a pearl, you can throw it at somebody, and it casts the fireball spell.
Ooh. So it's like limited, but like there's a lot.
There will be, one second, when I get, I will give you the information after the...
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Whatever it is, it feels feminine and powerful.
I'll
is
take it if you
fine.
don't want it. Oh, okay.
I, too, can increase in power and also prettiness. Malika, I give to thee the potion of superior healing because of that embarrassing rock incident earlier.
Wow. Okay.
Waywocket, you get this potion of enormous strength, which will be both useful and hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you keep that one, big guy. I have literally no use for it, and you seem to be more of a brawny boy.
Brawny boy.
You know what? My gift to you for being, losing all those memories for us. Yeah, you get 2 treasures. It's fine.
All right, and you have conquered the challenge of the Stone Angel's test of purity, or test of
Whoa.
Oh no, a test of purity.
or a test of faith. Sorry, I'm still workshopping the name on it.
Test.
Gonna be like, this can't possibly go over well with his ego.
For purity strength, it was pretty easy to cheat it. Well, it's getting pretty late. Should we camp here under the nest of this purity strength, or?
Yeah, it does seem pretty nice here. I mean,
it is also getting close to 2 hours, so it would be a good point to stop the episode.
All right, here, everybody. Let me just prepare us a little comfy sleeping arrangement. And Waywocket sits down in the glade and pulls out his ritual book and begins casting Leoman's tiny hut.
Nice.
Yay.
Um,
I'm glad we got to use this hut.
So after 10 minutes of Waywocket doing incantations, he produces a small crystal bead that then grows into a 10-foot dome that has a little door, and inside Waywocket has made a little cabin for us all. There's some bunk beds for the gnomes, probably a giant swing hammock for Uther. I probably made just a nice comfy bed for Malika, with a door so that she could have some privacy.
I appreciate you.
Little common area, another bed, another slightly bigger bed for Dragonbait, and then there's a couple of spare rooms just in case someone comes in the middle of the night.
This is definitely better than the sponsored tents we got.
Yeah, you see,
roomy.
You see Dragonbait cautiously step in, and as soon as he steps inside, he looks around. His little sariel tail begins to wag a little bit, and you smell lemons.
Aww. He's so cute.
You're welcome, Dragonbait.
He's definitely got a look of wonder on his eyes, like, wow.
How's he smelling?
Like lemons.
Lemon.
Like lemons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably your best, most consistent smell, my friend.
You see him drops his pack next to just takes some pillows off the couch and just kind of makes a little nesting area, almost like. You see your uncle go like, nephew, not bad. We should you ever thought about marketing this type of thing, like adventure camping for people who aren't really adventurers, and then just you take him to the Enchanted Forest where it's super dangerous, give him a couple of useless little things to do in the woods, and then we come back to the magic cabin.
Hey, adventure tourism. Well, it could be a business plan with our magic things. I'm just gonna go out there and say that we did see a lot of dead angels today, so I think there might be a high mortality rate on this tourism plan.
So you're saying we gotta market towards devils and demons then?
You could not possibly outmarket Joseph in his Back to Nature, Back to You tours.
That's fair, yeah. Well, maybe Joseph should learn some ritual casting. Yeah, right. Would learn how to read a book. Yeah, but no, maybe I could do that for him.
The only thing to learn is the greatest adventure is yourself.
I mean,
You just say things that I think are unexpected. I think one thing's going to get said and then something else. That's deep. Good for you.
The words of your Lord Joseph has changed my life. You are not the only person he has repeatedly saved.
I'm too tired to argue with you about this.
You think it's going to be inspirational, something you can put on a coffee mug, and then it gets a little weird.
Well, I don't know what I wish, to be honest. I'm just very tired.
All right, well, you all bed down for the night. It'll be the dawn when you wake the next day, and I think that is an excellent spot to end it for the night as you are making your way through the Enchanted Forest and well into the undead part of it now.
Can we press the long rest?
You may push the long rest button if you wish.
Woo!
In the foliage just beyond the clearing, two pale hands with long, knobby, bony fingers reach and grasp at some of the branches and just pull them ajar slightly as they watch Dragonbait and Waywocket step inside the tiny hut to bed down for the night. One green iris and one yellow iris follow them independently as you hear a voice say to itself, "Oh, I like that bone structure. I'm gonna get you. Oh, I can't wait. Your bones will be so delicious." The Diecast podcast was produced by Miles Baker, Stephanie Cook, and Johnny Robertson.